Good afternoon. Unit 6 Serial Port Programming Interfacing with 18M. So first we will see the Serial Communication Protocol, that is basics of Serial Communication Protocol. Now before starting with the Serial Communication Protocol, we will break the terminology in three parts. That is, the communication is very well known terminology which involves the exchange of information between two or more medium. So in embedded system, the communication means the exchange of the data between two microcontrollers in the form of bits, and this exchange of data bit in microcontroller is done by some set of defined rule which is known as communication protocol. And if the data is sent in series, that is one after the other, then the communication protocol is known as serial communication protocol. So more specifically, the data bits are transmitted one at the time in sequential manner over the data bus or communication channel in serial communication. Now the types of communication protocol. So there are different types of data transfer available in the digital electronics, such as serial communication and parallel communication. So similarly, the protocols are divided into two types, such as serial communication protocol and parallel communication protocol. An example of the parallel communication protocols are ISA, ATA, SCSI, PCI, and IEEE 488. Similarly, there are several examples of serial communication protocol such as CAN, Ethernet, I2C, SPI, RS-232, USB, one wire, and SATA, etc. Now this is the diagram for the serial communication protocol. So here is the serial communication protocol, and this diagram shows the parallel communication protocol. So the different types of the serial communication protocol, there are different types of similar serial communication protocols. The serial communication is most widely used approach to transfer the information between data processing peripherals, and every electronic device, whether it is a personal computer or mobile, it runs a serial communication. So the protocol is secure and reliable form of communication having a set of rules addressed by the source host and the destination host, which is similar to a parallel communication. Now the transmission modes in serial communication. So in serial communication, the data is sent in the form of bits, that is binary pulses, and it is well known that the binary one represent the logic high and 0 represent what? Logic low. 1 is logic high, 0 is logic low. So there are several types of serial communication depending on the type of transmission mode and data transfer. and the transmission modes are as simplex, half duplex or full duplex. So first, what is simplex? So simplex method, in this method either of the medium, that is sender or receiver, can be active at a time. So if the sender is transmitting the data, then receiver can only accept and vice versa. So the simplex method is one-way communication technique, and the well-known example of a simplex method are television and radio. Then the next is half duplex method. So in half duplex, both sender and receiver can be active but not at the same time. So if sender is transmitting, then receiver can accept but cannot send, and similarly vice versa. The well-known example of the half duplex is the internet, where the user send a request for a data and it gets from server. Then next is full duplex. So in full duplex method, both receiver and transmitter can send data to each other at the same time, and the example is mobile phone. So for appropriate data transmission, the clock plays important role, and it is one of the primary source. And the clock results in unexpected data transmission. Even sometimes there is a data loss. So the clock synchronization becomes very important while using the serial communication. Now, what is clock synchronization? So what is clock synchronization? That the clock is different for serial device, and it is classified in two types. So synchronous serial interface means it is a point-to-point connection from a master to slave. All devices use a single CPU bus to share the data and clock, and the data transmission becomes faster with the same bus to share the clock and data. Also, there is no mismatch in the baud rate in the interface, and in transmitter there is a shift of the data onto a serial line, providing the clock as a separate signal, as there is no start, stop and parity bits are added to the data. So in receiver side, the data is being extracted using the clock provided by the transmitter and convert the serial data back to the parallel port. Now here is a diagram for the synchronous communication. So a separate line is needed in synchronous communication. Then the next is the asynchronous. Now here the external clock signal is absent. This is the basic difference. And in asynchronous apps, as there is an absence of external clock, it makes it rely on several parameters such as data flow control, error control, baud rate control, transmission control and reception control. And on the transmitter side, there is a shifting of parallel data onto a serial line using its own clock. Also it adds the start. Also it adds the start, stop and parity check bits. So on the receiver side, the receiver extracts the data using its own clock and converts serial data back to the parallel form after stripping of the start, stop and parity bits. Thank you.